Welcome back to a new Marvelous Designer tutorial. In this tutorial we'll look at making these shorts this fellow right here is wearing. So these are some cargo pants type shorts. Okay, so let's get started. So, I'm not just going to put this man's crotch on the screen for the good of my health, I'm going to teach you how to create his pants. So first off we're taking this polygon tool with the hotkey H. And we're going to go from about the waist. So I'm going to go from about here. We're going to go out just past his hips. Go down to about where his knee is. We're keeping some distance. Up to just below the crotch area and attach it together. First things first, I accidentally made that go straight down, so I'm using shift and just dragging it to give it more of an angle here. And I want to straighten these up too. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to press Ctrl C and then do a symmetric paste on the other side. And we'll bring these closer to the man's body so they don't fall as much when simulating. And now I can just take one of these, paste it just over top, move it behind him, selected the wrong one there. So I want to move it behind him, the one I pasted that isn't symmetrical. I'm going to move it across here for the show it's for the behind. Flip it horizontally and move it to the other side of his leg. And then we can use this middle section here to unfold into the pair of his pants at the back. And last but not least, I'm going to resplit them. Using an internal line, I'm going to click cut. Now we could have just copy and pasted and flipped the others, but I completely forgot about that for some reason. So now we're going to stitch these together, so it's inside to inside, outside to outside, furthest to furthest, closest to closest, damn it. And those are some great looking shorts. Okay, so first off, his shorts are being simulated a little bit low there. Let's bring them up and try again. Okay, that's much better height wise. Oh dear. So we're going to have to increase the height. So I'm going to shift click each edge and drag up holding shift. Then press the right click and we're going to add about 5 centimeters. Bring them down at the front. Okay, now we need to add some actual fabric so they're not so tight to his body, because these are cargo pants and they generally have a lot of slack. So I'm just going to move this bottom vertices out by 5. Again, I'm using the right click here with shift and sew those together. And then I can actually use the insides. We'll move those in about 2. Now it would have been easier if I symmetric pasted this bit. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to delete one. Control C, symmetric paste. And it's going to spawn all the way over there because of the 2D view. But now when I simulate, it'll sew back to where it was, and we just need to reconnect them. And last but not least, I might just give a little more leeway in this area. We'll do about 3 centimeters. Okay, so these shorts are going to get obviously much looser. They could do with being a bit shorter as well. They are going to get looser. We just need to attach the top waistband here. So we're going to take this measurement, 19.72, use this polygon tool here, and we're going to do, instead of 19.72, we want to make this a bit tighter. So I'm going to do 17.5 with a height of 5 centimeters. Attach that to that. Copy paste it across. Now move this above the version of the shorts that's behind, and we can attach outside to outside, inside to inside, and then attach this to the shorts itself. Then I'm going to drag the top bit out a little bit as well. There we go, we got some more slack in the in the shorts there. Now we don't want too much slack, so I might actually move those back in by about 2. Because cargo shorts don't generally have that much slack, they're generally pretty straight down. So it might take a while to get the measurements a bit right. There we go. That's much better. More slack, but not too much. And then I could increase the waistband if I wanted by about 1 in every direction. And also the waistband at the back, they're generally actually one piece. So we can delete one and use the unfold tool. And then re-sew them together for a more realistic band. And we're going to do the same at the bottom, except we're going to keep them about the same size. So we want 26.05. So we'll do about 26, and these are generally smaller. So we'll halve the height of the waistband. Want to use the move tool. If you don't know what all the tools and things are doing, I'm going to be doing a Intro to Marvelous Designer series, which when it's up you'll have a link here right now for the playlist, and that'll teach you the basics of actually using Marvelous Designer, because it's easier to learn to use the interface and then create garments rather than the other way around. So right now I'm just sewing up the insides and outsides together, and then attaching them to the bottom of the shorts here, and I'm just using the segment sewing tool. Okay, so now that's done, what we need to do is actually get on with making the pockets. So I'm going to make the front pockets first, and then we'll do the back, and then finally we'll do the ones on the side. So the front ones are actually quite simple. We're going to split this along, and we're going to split it into 2. And then we're going to get a similar size here, so it was about 11.1. Do an internal line between the 2. Split that into a uniform segment of 2, and then create more of a curved shape. Okay, with that selected, we can right click, double click on it, and then right click and click cut. And now, to make this easier, I'm going to highlight everything, right click on it in the 3D view, and reset the 3D view. So this unstitches everything and resets it to where it should be placed in 3D. However, to get this right, you generally have to move some pieces around, so we're going to flip these horizontally. That waistband there is way too low, we need to lift that up. As we can see, now we have these pockets, and I want these pockets to actually be behind the pants, which is why we've split them up into nothing at all again. Then we'll just move these back, because we want the pockets to be behind the shorts, and we can do this with layers over the top, but I just find it easier to do it like this. So first off, this is attached to the back pants, this is attached to the waistband at the top. Okay, so with this we got the basic shape, but we actually want to extend the pocket so we have more of that pocket shape. And because these were symmetric pasted in the beginning, they are now. So we're going to split this into a uniform split. And then once more on either side here. And we'll delete the ones we just made, and that gives us these straight lines. Perfect. So we want about 11.1 in every direction. That'll do. And now that's big enough to fill that hole we've left. So now I want to remember 11.1. I'm going to extend this by about 4. Extend it downwards by about 4. Split here, 11.1 in line 1. Same here. And those will get stitched up to the pants. So we can break the segment sewing here. So we can split this into 2, and we'll attach that to that. Do the same here. Then along here we need an extra 4, so we'll split 4 centimeters. Same at the bottom. And we'll just create a straight line using the internal polygon tool by holding shift and then shift. I was just eyeballing it there, I seem to have got it pretty spot on, and they will snap onto each other, so you might find this is a little longer than we actually have here. That's fine. We can just always bring it in a little. What's this, 15.1? We'll stitch this side onto the inside here, same for the bottom, and this is where the parts get weird. So we need to stitch the top here as well. So we got that attached to that, then that attached to the top of the pants, then a line in the pants, and then this 4 into the 4 here. And then we need to attach this 11.1 to the back of the pants. So we'll do an 11.1 here on the back. And thanks to symmetry, we don't have to repeat any of this. Now if we look at our thing here, see that everything's working fine. And let's simulate and see what happens. So pull his pants up a bit. Don't want him showing his boxers off. And that actually worked really well for our first time. We got some nice pockets here, but instead decide you want that to be a straight line, so we'll give it a straight line. And we've still got some nice looking pockets. Okay. Now we need to do the back. So the back's really simple. We're going to use this internal rectangle here. Left click on the back here, and we'll do 15 by 15. Because we want these pockets to take up a lot of the back. A lot of the booty. So now we need to create a square using the normal rectangle tool that's 15 by 15. Control C, do Control C, symmetric paste. Do every side but the top. I didn't symmetric paste it, I just mirror pasted. Now we can flip these horizontally by right clicking on them in the 3D view and use the gizmo here to move it about. Now we got the pockets on. We just need the flaps that are now all over cargo shorts. So the flaps are just going to be 15 and a little bit tall. So we'll use the waistband size of 5. That was meant to be 5. We can attach them to the top of the internal polygon here. Not to the pocket, otherwise it will look weird and won't actually close over the flap. Do that a second time. And with these ones again, we need to flip them horizontally and move them forwards and down. Nope, I rotated there. Now we've got flaps that go over the pockets, but they're sticking out a bit, so we need to fix that. We can do that very simply by splitting these. We'll use 2.5 centimeters on each side here. We want to symmetric paste these. Split one side to 2.5. And split this one to 2.5. Then we'll sew these bits together here on the side. And that actually just gives it a more closed feeling. It seems we forgot to do one side here. And with these flaps you can give them a layer of 1. And that just means they'll be rendered and moved on top of the pockets here. You might actually want to do like 2, 2, 1, 1. Make sure they're not fighting with each other. And now for the ones on the side, which are really simple. We're going to split this. We'll split it into 5s. And we're going to get this length here, so that's about 17.4. So we'll move it over. Don't really want a square pocket, so we'll have it slightly less at 6. Move it down, connect to this last one here. So I want to move this in 2.17 and up. So 8.79 times 8.79 would be 7.58. So 17.58 there is correct. And now we need to paste them into here as well. But as you can see, if we paste it directly, it's not the right location. So now we just need to edit it. And we could quite easily have split this line into it as well. because of the different sizes here, thanks to this side, we won't get a straight edge like this. So this will do. Then we will just create the final pocket. So it's going to be 12 across by 17.58 down. So as we can see, we're going to rotate it, copy it, make a symmetric paste for the other side, and now we just need to attach them. So side, side, and then, oh no, what we're going to do here? Well, we've got to just split this into uniform. And now when we simulate, yeah, maybe, it is underneath it. Again, we can use layers here, 1 and 1, so they definitely go on top. Twelve by 5. And then like the bottom on this one, we have to split the top here into uniform. Oh, apparently it's on the top. You learn something new every day. No matter how much you use the software, there's always things you'll learn. And simulate. And of course, because these are layer 0, they will go behind the pocket, so shove it onto layer 2. And just like the ones in the back, we're going to sew these to the side. So I'm actually going to see what it would be like if we used the 5s here. And that actually gives a really nice look. And we can put these ones on layer 3, calm them down. And this just, again, stops them trying to fight with the depth of the pocket underneath. Okay, so we got our cargo shorts here, and I think they're looking really nice, but I don't know, you never really see white cargo shorts. Let's give them a bit of a different colour. More sort of that olive kind of colour, I don't know. We'll go for something like this. And now we just need to get the actual material right for the rendering. Okay, so we've got these pockets now created. Having them actually stitched at the side gives a really good feeling. If we just lift these up a bit, we can create a nice material using a preset. So we'll just lift them up a little more. Get them above his hips. Obviously, if they don't really fit all that well, that's normally where you'd wear a belt. But you could create a belt, however, it's also pretty simple to just shorten this waistband here. So yeah, we got the overall shape. Now what we can do is use our preset, and we're going to use the jeans preset. And we can fix this area here by just tapering in the sides here. So I'm going to move these in by 1 by 1. Same here. And we can fix a little issue of them coming up here. Just to give it a better feeling, we can create a curve. Move both in by 0.5. So we're splitting this into 3. Moving it in by 0.5. Now simulate. Oh wait, forgot to convert these to curves. And most of all, unless you want some really open-ended shorts, sew them back together. And that's generally how pants are done, and it gives a lot more of an even feeling. So yeah, that's how you create these shorts, these cargo shorts, and that's obviously using the denim. If you wanted a more realistic feeling, you can create your own material. There's lots of sort of things online that show you different material styles. If you can just play around with details as well. Obviously cargo pants don't kind of attract that much. Okay, so those are the cargo shorts for this Marvelous Designer 5 tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out a lot, whether it's with just like pockets on the side or creating the actual shorts themselves. Obviously now you can use this pocket technique for basically any type of pants, and these will help on things like jeans, work pants, anything that basically has pockets on the outside. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. And if you did like it, please feel free to subscribe, share the video, and hit that like button. It would really mean a lot to me. And if you want to check out my Patreon, it's in the link below. Thank you.